Cool. Ahsoka, episode 7. Still good. Still good. It's still good, right? I haven't been disappointed yet, right? And again, I kudos to the show for making me like shellfish. Those guys are adorable,
They're
right?
Ninja Turtles,
They're
bro.
like they're like ninja hermit crabs. I was like, you know, I think those guys are super cute, but um, yeah, I think overall very good. I think it's kind of like I don't think Balin's gonna is gonna die in this show, dude. Like anything could happen next week, but I think unfortunately because of Ray Stevenson's passing, Balin is gonna get recast for whatever the next thing is that this is connecting to. It seems like he's gonna find whatever he's looking for and it's gonna set up something bigger, right? But I don't think he's gonna die. That said, what happened with Shinhati was kind of interesting, right? It's like you go off and do your thing. Spoiler, guys, spoiler alert. You guys know the drill. If you're here, you know. Um, it's very interesting that basically he cut her loose, and it's like, all right, it's your training's basically done. This is my last piece of advice. You go and basically bring justice to whatever this new thing that they're trying to do is. So, um, and then Ahsoka extending, the olive branch at the end of the episode, and you can see, like, you can tell for the last couple episodes that she was conflicted, right? But now there's like even more conflict in her, and she's off doing, I don't know what, right? We'll find out in the next episode. Um, not really sure what. Oh, I think the stream went down. I'm still recording though. Oh, we're back online. Um, we just lost a few seconds there. I don't know. It's like OBS, come on, fix your thing. Also Spectrum. Yeah, last time we said Spectrum, we got fixed, right? So,
Say the
Spectrum, you're
name.
putting ads on our videos. Go ahead and fix your internet. Fix your internet. Come on. So, um, yeah, overall, very good. No big revelations here. Um, I kind of like the bit with um, when Ezra's getting the info dump and Sabine is like, oh, so yeah, so the episode the Empire was defeated, yeah, Battle of Endor is like, oh, and the Emperor's dead. It's like, oh, so some people are saying that, right? So, they're still like they're not doing away with it directly, but indirectly they are because this is way better. So, yeah, and we got Thrawn being Thrawn, and then good to see Anakin back in a holo recording. So overall, very good. Not much to say. This is a very straightforward episode, right? It is setting up stuff, but um, I don't. Nothing completely meaningful happened. Like there was a
Mm.
few bits in there, but nothing like mind blowing happened. That's probably what I want to say. But it was good nonetheless. So yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I'm glad I had time to digest this episode before I just jumped in talking about it because I was very conflicted with this episode. I'm not gonna lie. Like first half of it, I was super hyped. I was like, oh my gosh, because the action sequences are really good. There's like narrative things that they're doing in it, that really were getting me hyped. And then something happens, and I'll talk about it just in a second here. And then it's like it wasn't even that it was horrible, but it took me out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're like everything that's good, but then you're like you start thinking too much and you start going like why?
Mm,
And you start thinking about the things that have angered you about Star Wars, and it takes you out of it. And I'll talk about this in a second, right?
okay.
Recent Star Wars is what I should say. So anyways, so like talk about the good stuff right off the bat, like action, like I mentioned, fantastic, right? Like you have this, you're finally seeing a full on strategic Thrawn and how he's calculating everything in the moment, right? And like he knows that Ahsoka's going to show up, and then you see like the different detonators that were preset, and he's got a legion of ships, battleships coming, flying around to try and take her out, and he leverages the night mothers and help him discover where she's located, and it's very much a chess type board. The way he handles
Yeah.
everything, he's getting information.
Yeah.
Morgan comes up and she's like, he was trained by Anakin Skywalker, and like you see the look on his face was like
Hmm.
he was what? Like instantly he gets concerned about that. Obviously you mentioned Ray the Anakin moment, right? Love seeing Hayden back again in live action. Like there's just stuff like that that's just super hype, bro. Like really, really good stuff. Like you mentioned
3PO.
the 3PO.
Yeah.
I loved that, dude. Like I loved that it was the fact that it was Leia that saved the day, but doing it in a creative way of having 3PO. I know some people are like, oh, they should just recast and have had her showed up. Didn't bother me. It's fine. She was sending out 3PO to send out a transcript. Totally fine, totally good. That dude is totally that one senator is totally a dirty guy.
Mm.
He's got blood on his hands. He's a mole. There's no way.
He's probably
There
with
ain't no way.
that council that Gideon was talking to, or
He
he was
has to
connected
be,
to some
bro.
one of those guys probably. So yeah.
He has to. But yeah, I mean, just the overall of that stuff, really appreciated. To talk about what took me out of it, it was a single moment where you're in this amazing action sequence, and you're waiting for Sabine to hand the lightsaber over to Ezra and him to get
Mm.
into his famous position and let's go. And the way that they handled that moment of you keep it, you've been training
It
with
was
this.
very
I'm
Disney.
gonna use the force.
Yeah.
And like not even 15 seconds later, pew 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 pew, he's shooting him with a blaster because the force is not strong enough all of a sudden.
It was very Disney. Yeah.
Bro, I like my blood pressure probably started to raise like because it touched a nerve, bro. It touched my Star Wars
Wow. Really.
because I've seen this before with The Last Jedi. And that was the
Mm.
weakest point of The Last Jedi, right? The handling of Luke Skywalker. Gives him the lightsaber, chuck it, keep going, right? This felt, and it's all theory. I don't know this to be a fact. I'm not, I'm not in Star Disney's offices to know what the choices were, but it instantly felt like a Kathleen Kennedy thing because it felt to me like this is something where she would be like, well, you have to make sure that it doesn't look like all of a sudden he comes in and saves all the women in this moment and he just comes in super
Oh.
powerful and
Okay.
it's like the knight in shining armor and we got to make sure it's a little so we gotta calm the time. That's what it felt like. I felt like to me like he
I didn't
could be
see it.
cool
See,
and
I didn't see it like that. Um, I thought that he was good, and then when the night troopers came in, and he was like, "Oh, whoa, whoa," I was like, "Oh, well, let's talk." And why are what list prisoners? Yeah, that was very Ezra. That was very well done, right? That was all good,
absolutely.
right? But I didn't catch it, and then you bring it up, right? Okay,
It, and I've seen various different conversations around this already now because I knew I was the moment I saw I was like, bro, this is not gonna blow over good because of the way it was hit. Like I can't
interesting.
be the only one that's feeling this. And it's been very divisive for people. Right? People are like, oh no, like Kanan said to Ezra way back when he was training him, a laser sword doesn't make you a Jedi. I'm like, no, I completely agree with that. Like he doesn't need to have that. I would like to see more moments where Jedi's don't just pull out a lightsaber and they're just using the force and battling. Like I thought that idea is
Yeah.
cool. But the moment that it was like, "Oh no, you take it. I don't need
Oh,
it.
I didn't
I've been
catch it.
training. You use this thing." And then he's running around with a pistol shooting, and then he gets
He grabbed
force and then
one of the troopers like rifles. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he gets, force pushed by Shin and gets knocked down to the ground. And I'm like, nah, man, nah, this ain't right because this almost feels like one of those like we gotta make sure, he doesn't seem too powerful that and it's like, no, he doesn't have to be him having a lightsaber or him fighting like alongside Sabine doesn't make him more powerful. It doesn't make him. It just makes him Ezra. It makes him a Jedi who he is, right?
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't see anything. And if Sabine, I'm not one of those people who's angry about Sabine's trainings and stuff. I think it's fine. Like it's whatever. I think there's more to that story actually that Dave is planting around. Like, well, why doesn't she have the Force? I think there's gonna be a little some misdirection there that people will get. But even the fact that's like, Ahsoka's able to instantly communicate with her, and it just feels like they're pushing something there that's a little bit obvious to me from a writing standpoint. But I don't want to rant on it too much.
Okay.
That was one thing that took me out of it because everything else of the episode is great. Like Ahsoka and Balin have their rematch moment,
Yeah.
and obviously, like you mentioned, that the olive branch being extended to Shin. I think that's great. I think that she will be redeemed. I think it's a matter of time. Will she live after redemption? Well, I think she's gonna have the Darth Vader effect.
Hmm.
Let's save the day and die doing it too. But no, man, not a bad episode by any means. We've watched bad shows.
Oh no, 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 totally, totally. Like this. Watch bad shows.
We watch that shows. We know.
Yeah, it was good. See, and I didn't catch it like you did, and in hindsight, it looking back at it, I think you're right on the money on that one.
Now I hope I'm wrong. I hope next episode out of nowhere, like they're like, you know what? Forget, I'm gonna go. But it's still gonna stick out to me that they did what they did because it just didn't make sense.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, that's weird though. Um, dude, like I don't. Have you seen any of the Abeloth theories that are out there that's what Balin's looking for?
I have, and I don't believe it.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be something new, man. I think Filoni, like he did the World Between Worlds and the Bendu and all this stuff. I think Filoni's got another new area of the Force that he's gonna teach us, and I think we should be excited. Star Wars needs something new right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I need something fresh. But what is it, man? Because it's
I
like
know.
it's like she he just let Shin go, and then he just basically peace out. And then Ahsoka showed up, and they fought for a little bit, and then she stole his dog, and then and then he's like, oh, all right, I guess I'm gonna walk over where I need to be. And then Thrawn noticed it, and like, oh, you're missing a yeah, you're missing a
Yeah,
mercenary, right? So what's up with this guy? So now he's like he doesn't trust him, like, but what is it, right? It's like, I mean, it would be interesting, right? It's like because the theory initially was that he was after Abeloth and then or trying to resurrect her or whatever, and then he would use Shin as like a vessel for her,
I didn't think
but
so.
now it flipped. I was like, whoa, he let her go. So what's up with this now, right? So so that theory is out of the window, kinda, right? But I still don't know, man, and I'm trying to figure it out. It's like, what is it? It's like, well, I can't and it's I mean, I hope it's something new, like you said, and they will get surprised, and then this becomes a bigger thing. Maybe it is, you know, maybe it is the like a proto Snoke or something. Who knows? It could be. So, but yeah, I'm still enjoying it. Looking forward to the last episode, and hopefully I don't mess it up. I'm hoping it ends good. That
Did
way I can be
did you
happy,
see?
right? Hmm.
Did you see that Loki? They moved that to Thursdays at 9 p.m.
Oh, they moved it. Okay.
The same time as our show.
Oh, they. Oh, yeah.
It's the same time as our show, same
Dang
day
it.
as our show.
Dang it, Disney. So you're gonna have
Yep,
to you're gonna have to watch Loki after the show, and then we'll talk about it the following week.
pretty much.
Man, we're gonna be talking about last week's episode while the new episode's going on.
Yes. It's so crazy, man. I
Man,
I
see,
I wish that I say this now, Disney, if you're watching, for the love of no load time,
see,
move it to Wednesdays at
like
9.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. Well, the thing is that our schedule's about to get there's a wrench that's about to go into our
Very true.
schedule.
We know.
So we
Yeah.
can, we're like we're going to the time of year that our show could be either Wednesday, Friday, or Thursday, or we could
Yes.
skip a week, right?
Or
It's gonna get like that. So, um, but that's interesting that they're on Thursdays. Come
right.
on, like I wouldn't mind, right? If YouTube would be fair on their on their bots, I wouldn't mind like doing a live watch.
Oh, that'd be
That'd
great.
be
I
that'd
would
be
love that.
that'd be awesome, right?
If they weren't crazy about it, we could.
Yeah. I know Twitch probably don't care, right? We're gonna just flip it on Twitch and we'll be fine. Probably Facebook too, but YouTube's too aggressive, and
And that's where we need to
that's where
keep
we
them
need to
happy.
be on good standing. Yeah,
Yeah, we need to
exactly.
keep them happy, guys.
Yeah.